serve showcase. Resilience isn't formed easily, and the first test of that for Texas volleyball is tonight. Preseason number 2, the Longhorns upset by Arizona State in 4 sets on Saturday. They face Marquette, who has been a regular postseason team the last 15 years, and they open their season tonight just a 1-mile walk from campus to Fiserv Forum. It's our final match of the first serve on Monday night. And it's great to have you with us. Jack Kaiser alongside Emily Eamon. Texas has been in this spot before. 3 years ago, they lose the season opener to Long Beach State. They go on to win the national championship that year. It's a long year, Emily, and the talent for Texas still undeniable.
Yeah, one loss doesn't define a season. Texas is still on the way to hit all of their goals that they have, and head coach Jared Elliott is confident in their systems and really confident in their 2 heavy hitters in Tori Stafford and Kari Spears. No matter what system they run, they know that they can rely on these 2. Stafford, a 3-time All-American, is a veteran leader for this young Texas squad that's still figuring things out. Spears is just a sophomore, but plays like a veteran with how physical she is. Watch both Stafford and Spears take over when Texas is in need of a point tonight.
The strength for Texas is on the pins. The big question for Marquette is on the pins as well. They lost a bunch from last year. They're going to rely on the Ball State transfer, Carson Tyler.
So excited to watch Carson Tyler in her Marquette debut. She was an underrated stud at Ball State. She was an All-American, 2025 MAC Player of the Year, and she's one of the most well-rounded outsides in the college game with a great arm, phenomenal defense, and libero-like passing. If Marquette wants a shot at the number 2 team in the country, Tyler needs to have a big night in her debut.
They expect a lot from the transfer. We got a pair of NCAA tournament teams from last year. Will Texas look like Texas? Taking on Marquette in our final match in Milwaukee. The Monday from Fiserv Forum and the first serve. Texas taking on Marquette. The Texas lineup tonight, they're sticking with their 6-2 system, Emily.
Jared Elliott is confident that this is the system that maximizes Texas's talent. Despite one loss and the system not working to its full potential, he's confident that this is where this team is best.
Not going to abandon ship. After one match, going to stick with their aggressive serving approach as well. As for Marquette, we highlighted Carson Tyler right off the top. They've got 3 international freshmen starting.
Yeah, and 3 freshmen, but they're all 19 years old. They have experience playing in their various countries. This is a Marquette team that is coming for number 2, guns blazing.
Emmy and Tani Juric, twins to go with the setter, Luana Marcus out of Brazil. What will Tori Stafford have in store for Texas tonight? 9 kills, but hit just 172 against Arizona State in a 4-set loss on Saturday, where Texas did not look like Texas. Will the Longhorns bounce back tonight against Marquette? Match 2 of the season. Marquette opening its season in its home city. Off the antenna on the first attack, and the first point to Texas.
One of the biggest areas that we need to see improvement from Texas here is just limiting their errors. It's the easy plays, the controllables, whether it's serves in the bottom of the net as they're testing out these top spins, or attacking-wise, just get the ball over.
Those errors led to the lowest hit percentage for Texas in at least 13 years at 0.65 against Arizona State. And Marquette's on the board.
There's Emma Parks moving into a bigger role than what we saw last season. She played in most of their matches, only had 1 start though. We'll see her try to become a bigger leader for the Golden Eagles.
Head coach Tom Mendoza raved about her physical block. You get up there as well, touch 10'6". Texas a little bit out of sorts on the serve. 2 in a row to Marquette with the ace.
Really important tonight for Marquette to keep putting pressure on Texas. If they can knock them out of that offensive rhythm, it bodes really well for Marquette's defense.
A bunch of freshmen on this Marquette roster. Allie Beers serving, one of those freshmen. On the right side, Abby Vanderwall. Benny setting middle, and Nia Button, she was the bright spot on Saturday.
Yeah, there weren't many bright spots watching Texas on Saturday, but Button was absolutely it. 9 kills, hit almost 400, input of 8 blocks. The key for Texas was establishing her early, but then they continued to go to her throughout the match.
Jarrett Elliott raved about how good at self-evaluating she is. That's led to her development and playing like an All-American coming into the year. Aggressive serve, pays off with an ace for Vanderwall.
Great bench on Texas' side. You can tell this is a completely flip of energy that we're seeing come in.
Texas had a lot of conversations over the last 48 hours. 5 to 6 hours of individual meetings yesterday to try and figure out what went wrong on Saturday. Where can we improve? And Jared Elliott, as calm as normal, feels confident his team will answer today.
Yeah, and he talked about how it was nerves for a lot of players. They're playing on one of the biggest stages that they have in a while, maybe in their career, for players like Henley Anderson. And now they got that out of the way. Now they feel a lot more comfortable and ready.
Stafford, hard swing, and saved somehow by Marquette. Emmy Urich able to get there. Popped up again. Marquette is scrambling. Would be a huge early momentum point. And not able to tip it over despite their best efforts.
And Marquette has set the tone defensively of this match. They are playing absolutely relentless in the backcourt. A phenomenal up back there. And then another great scramble to keep this one alive.
What a reach by the other freshman, Marcus, the center, on that second sequence. And Lee Anderson. Bunch of topspin serving for Texas, part of their new approach this year. Tied at 4. And Jared Elliott, we mentioned how he's not going to abandon the 6-2 system that he feels is best. He is ultra committed to bringing in topspin serving and having it stay for this program.
He has 6 topspin servers of his starting lineup. That's essentially every single attacker out there is moving to a serve that's going to provide a little bit more velocity, a little bit tougher, and he's okay with the misses that he's seeing as long as they're getting after it back there.
Miss there for bunt goes long. It hasn't been a huge part of the women's game in volleyball in college, but Jared Elliott said in 5 years it will be. So we're going to be ahead of the curve. Ari Spears with that heavy swing.
Those are the kind of swings that you expect from a player like Kari Spears. She's a big physical presence up front. She's got a heavy arm. She's not afraid to use it.
Spears had a decent match on Saturday with 9 kills, hitting 217. 217, normally not a great number, but compared to the other pin players, it's pretty positive. Multiple pins for Texas hitting negative, leading to that 065 mark against Arizona State. Serve from the freshman Genevieve Harris. Carson Tyler down the line and a little bit wide. Tom Mendoza will need a big performance from Tyler tonight and throughout the rest of the season. Second year as the Marquette head coach. He's trying to keep this machine rolling for Marquette. Ryan Tice helped take it to another level. He's now at Florida. Tom Mendoza took him to the second round last year. Overpass. Off the good serve from Harris. Harris will set. Backs at Spears. And picks up the point.
Here's kind of the difference in what we saw from Saturday versus today. Genevieve Harris looking a lot more comfortable. One, hitting her serve, but then on the move, in transition, getting her setters a much more hittable ball.
Yeah, Jared Elliott said she wasn't comfortable, frankly, on Saturday. And good early signs for the top setter recruit in the country. Almost another ace, ends up in another free ball. Out of the back row, that's a big kill.
And right away, Texas looked so much better offensively and energy-wise than what we saw Saturday. Especially a player like Abby Vanderwall, she really struggled offensively, hitting in the negatives, only 2 kills. That is a strong, confident swing to set the tone for the sophomore outside.
Just the second time in her career that she hit negative on Saturday. Texas looking pretty sharp so far. Tyler rising, Vanderwall the dig. Setting across the way, and Stafford's blocked.
It's going to take some gritty defense for Marquette in order to shut down Texas's attack. And right away, we see the setter, just 5'11", getting the big stuff. Got to feel good for the freshman.
There's so much promise with the talent in this freshman class from Marquette. 8 of the 15 on the roster are freshmen. They've gone young, and they are committed to developing these players, and Marquette could, maybe this year, but certainly the next couple of years, get back to being a Sweet 16 team.
Yeah, and for Marquette right now, they only returned one true starter, so this is a completely different group that Tom Mendoza is used to. So, you know, the ceiling is really high, but he just doesn't know what he has yet.
Trying to figure it out. Good barometer to start against the #2 team in the country. Got a couple of service errors here. Marquette playing at Fiserv Forum for just the 3rd time ever. Opened in 2018. Played Wisconsin here a couple of times over the last few years. Stafford racing for it. A little bit ugly. Parks the swing. Gary the dig. Vanderwall. Tyler. Up and up Parks. Right back to Vanderwall. Going down the line, it's Emma Parks.
Marquette's defense has been really impressive so far. The way that their back row is able to dig around the block up front, they're working really well as a unit, and that's resulting in great transition plays.
Tom Mendoza felt confident about his defense if they could keep the seams closed. Seen flashes of that so far for the Golden Eagles. There's Tyler out of the back row to tie it at 9.
Carson Tyler is as dynamic as they come. She stands at 5'10". Well, she's listed at 5'10", maybe more of a 5'8", but look how high she gets up here. Even in the backcourt, she soars up and has a hammer for an arm.
6 tie already after the velo from Tyler. Blocked and down for Marquette. The run continues.
Tom Mendoza talked about this being a battle of the seams. Are they able to close them up exactly like they did there? And then offensively, can they hit through them?
Back set for Spears. Lands out.
Marquette with 3 stuff blocks already. They're putting their blockers in great positions. Texas, they've got to make some kind of adjustment offensively. The attackers look like they're in good positions, but they're seeing the seam, and then Marquette's taking it away at the last second. That's the difference.
Just flipping in on Texas's side. Block starting to build momentum for Marquette. And remember, they're playing in their home city here. It's the season opener. They've still got the talent, the pedigree of going to the tournament 14 of the last 15 years. Texas got off to a good start, but young Marquette team hanging tough.
Yeah, and there's a lot of fans in here I know that are really excited to watch Marquette. It's a great fan base, and you know, like us, they don't know what to expect with Marquette coming in and all the new players that they have, and already they're seeing the precedent that they're sending just being ultra competitive.
The program's really taken off since 2011. You throw out the COVID year, Marquette has been on an incredible run of making the NCAA tournament. We talked about Ryan Tice from 2014 to 2024. Von Szymanski before him. They drove this surge for Marquette. Tom Mendoza trying to keep it going.
That serve just going out of bounds. Texas able to side out easily.
Grimace, knowing every point counts against #2. Marquette hanging tough, just like Xavier did set 1 against Pittsburgh in the match before this. And Lee Anderson trying to find a rhythm early in her Texas career. And nothing going for Emma Parks.
Just the way that Texas's attackers are hitting, it looks night and day from what we saw in their first matchup. They look a lot more confident and comfortable out there.
So much of it's just the body language that we're observing. It was very quiet and a little bit stunned the first 2 sets against Arizona State. Spears rips it. Tyler trying to reciprocate, got a touch.
The precision on this swing from Carson Tyler to get that touch off the block and go out is one of the reasons why she's such a good outside attacker. It's this vision to see where the block is and just use them so perfectly.
You said it just a moment ago. She's listed at 5'10". I don't think she's sniffing 5'10".
It's a soft 5'10".
Still so productive. Heck of a dig for Urich. Parks chasing down, keeps it alive. Anderson across the court. Wide and no touch. Marquette has been so scrappy.
Texas is challenging a touch on the play.
A challenge for Texas and Jared Elliott.
Challenge coming just a little late, but you can see Henley Anderson kind of asking for it right after that play was over. Not too confident in it, though.
Texas is challenging, looking for a touch.
Didn't see a finger bent back.
I didn't either. It looks like you could still see the shadow over the fingers.
The original call was no touch. Let's do it.
That looks right through the hands.
It's going to be tough to overturn.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any fingers bent back.
2 challenges per team. You win it, you keep it. Henley Anderson's going to be a really good player at some point in her career. She has been phenomenal in the offseason and in practice. It's just a little different when the lights come on. And she's still settling in despite being the #1 recruit in the country.
And it's really difficult when you come in, you're the #1 recruit. There's a lot of pressure on you. You're playing for the #2 team in the country. Big piece of this offense, or they hope she is. Just kind of takes a minute to settle in.
And also how to approach your teammates, right? When things aren't going well, can you have those hard conversations? Let them know what you need, especially difficult for a freshman. Stafford was blocked, and it lands just out.
That ball barely out of bounds. Marquette's blocking a great position, just a little bit late to it. I mean, look at how close that is. That is literally as close as you can possibly get. Oh, that's a hair. That's a half a hair.
Bolt 6 is unbelievable, so they've got all the in-out calls. No need to challenge. That's as close as we've ever seen, I think.
Yeah. Like ultra triple zoom on that.
It was a great call, too. Vanderwall across the court.
Another really confident swing from Vanderwall. She's a player that Jared Elliott was talking about having to take a lot away from those meetings they had over the last 48 hours, and he was so confident in the way that she would come out tonight, and it's showing.
Yeah, Jared Elliott was so excited to see how Vanderwall would play this year, just based on how she performed in the spring and the offseason. The block for Texas. Second chance, Marquette. Parks downhill. Block put out. Point Marquette.
And Texas throwing in triple blocks against Marquette, meaning they're bringing their left side blocker all the way over to help on an out-of-system play. The block was just a little bit late to it. Parks used him well.
Big little smile on Tom Mendoza's face. He's loving every second so far.
There's another one just so close to the end line.
Leaner, Anderson blocked. Going Vanderwall's way. There is no touch. Oh, yes, there was.
We're not seeing a center line challenge.
I think that's what was the call, perhaps. They changed it quickly. Tom Mendoza's asking about it.
Yeah, I mean, Vanderwall's foot definitely was under the net, but they're not challenging on Marquette's side. Okay. It's a new challenge this year. Challenge that center line, whether the foot was fully under or not. Seeing it live, it looked like it was, but we won't get another look at it.
Nope, they're moving on. 14 apiece. 17 service errors for Texas against Arizona State in their 4-set loss. Even with some rejuvenation, the body language for Texas, it's the hometown team, Marquette, up by 1, just over midway through the first. Curve, packed weekend ending with #2 Texas against Marquette. It's the Golden Eagles up 1 at the first break. Setting the middle and bunting, heck of a dig by Allie Beers, the freshman. Gary will bump set it. Freshman Anderson doesn't get a touch. Struggles continue. Marquette up 2.
Now, Texas just a little too high error, which is similar to what we saw on Saturday. They had 46 combined attacking and serving errors through just 4 sets.
Texas is hitting under 100 in the first set. after 0-65 over 4 sets Saturday. Marcus with the back set. Got the kill. Marquette on the run, up 3. Allie Beers playing well. Freshman local, went to Slinger High School, about 40 minutes northwest of downtown Milwaukee. Stafford finding with any of these pins for Texas. Tyler pounding off the block, and Marquette's starting to pull away.
4-0 run for Marquette right out of that timeout. It's massive to have that kind of momentum going up against the #2 team in the country. Marquette is playing to win.
Timeout, Texas.
All right, fans, time for you to sing
Connie
along
Urich almost touched it.
the road trip. This is the G Road
All right,
Trip
this
sing-along.
is an excellent test of everything that Texas has talked about over the last 48 hours. All of the meetings, breaking down exactly what happened, what went wrong against Arizona State. Here you are in basically the same situation again, where you're struggling. How will they react now?
And the biggest thing in sentiment from Jared Elliott that we were hearing was it really didn't have anything to do with skill. It was more mental. That's what those meetings were about. How can we get outside of our heads and go compete and not think about messing up and the what ifs? Let's go out and be in attack mode. We haven't seen that from Texas so far to start the year through 5 sets.
It's easy to stay positive when things are going great. Now that they've turned in the first set, will Texas maintain some of that more positive body language that we saw to begin?
They're also looking for someone to come alive as a leader. They don't have the biggest voices out on the court. You have Ramsey Gary, who's probably the most vocal, but she's a libero. You want someone offensively. You need that drive from them, whether that's Tori Stafford or maybe someone else, but someone's got to do it.
Urich serving. Who's going to step up for Texas? Setting high, kill for Marquette. Largest lead continues to expand.
5-0 run for the Golden Eagles right now, off of the great serve of Emmy Urich.
And her twin sister finishing it off, Tani. Twin sisters from Slovenia. Stafford rising, sharp, kept up. Unbelievable. Urich tipping. Stafford answers, right back to Stafford. At the touch. That was huge for Texas.
Yeah, Marquette is putting on a defensive clinic right now, and Texas, very frustrating for their attackers to try to put a ball down. The Golden Eagles are getting almost everything up right now.
That's just kind of a lucky break. Marquette out digging Texas 15-8. In the middle, Button adjusts. Urich diving. Tyler. Popped up clean. Button coming downhill. 2 in a row for the Longhorns.
Nia Button is an X factor for Texas. Her offense has gotten so much better in the last year than what we saw last season. She's coming flying through, and that arm, strong.
Much needed response after it was 19-14. Timeout Marquette, understanding the importance of set 1 and grabbing momentum.
Great coaches learn. The ABCA convention is
This would be, got a long way to go here, but this would be the highest ranked win in Marquette history if they somehow pull this off. They beat number 4 Wisconsin 7 years ago in 5 sets, taking on number 2. Again, those that were with us earlier on FS2 for Pitt and Xavier. That went right down to the wire in set 1 before Pitt woke up and cruised through sets 2 and 3. Marquette traditionally brings a little bit more oomph and pedigree than Xavier, although the Musketeers went to the tournament last year. And Texas claw back. Henley Anderson serving. error. Marquette in the red zone.
It's also very difficult for Texas because they have absolutely no film on Marquette. They, didn't even know really who was going to come out. But then also, Jared Elliott wants to see the in-game adjustments. Okay, once they're showing us what they're doing, how can we adjust to that and level up our play at the same time?
All those freshmen, young players, newcomers from Marquette helped him a little bit. Good adjustment from Kari Spears with the tip.
And late in the set, we've seen a few more tips from Texas that look more intentional, more tactical. This one really well placed. Spears seeing the double block, a lot of space right behind there.
Third-team All-American last year as a freshman opposite. Freshman this year, Harris at the service line. Top spin bounce. Back set, Schmidt. Pancake. Oh, hit the floor.
Marquette still just finding ways to keep this lead. They're leading a really balanced offense, getting every single player involved. Look how close his pancake was. Definitely got part of the hand under it, but if any part of the ball touches the ground, that's down.
Good effort from Spears. It is Stafford swinging hard. And Karam's into the stands off Tyler.
This is a time in the game where Tori Stafford has to take over. She's your senior leader, a three-time All-American. You need her to have that mindset of demanding the ball.
Just the sixth time hitting below 200 since joining Texas Saturday. Still trying to find a rhythm. Block for Texas.
All of a sudden, Texas has opened that door just a little bit more. Defense late in sets is so important to have really good discipline on. And right here, a triple block, 1, 2, 3, 6 big hands, get it done.
So tough for Emma Parks to work around. Over the back corner, Tyler on target pass, sliding, and it's in. Schmidt able to find the floor inbounds.
Schmidt sneaks that one in. Great slide attack. She has a big seam in the block, and she just nails it right on the sideline.
Same look for Jared Elliott, but his team down 3 late. Gary lets it go, just long. Texas is answered after trailing 19-14. Will they climb all the way back in set 1? I think there's a little confusion on the substitution.
And if you are a volleyball person, you're also maybe confused about the rotations Texas uses. They actually switch their libero for the opposites rather than the middles. That's a different wrinkle that Texas likes to use. And the reason they do it is because it actually keeps the libero passing in the middle for all 6 rotations.
They want to keep Ramsey Gary in that spot.
But it can certainly be confusing if you're trying to follow rotations. You're like, how is it possible to have this person serving and that person out on the court?
Even though it's a little funky, Jared Elliott sticking with it for a second consecutive match.
Lots of new wrinkles for this Longhorn team this year.
Yep. Including the serving. Overpass, chance for Texas to climb within 1. Tip for Stafford. Not on the same page, a little bit off of the set.
And that was a play that last season we saw work so many times for Texas. Getting Stafford on the big attack was lights out, but we haven't seen really any back row attacks connect in the last 3 days for Texas.
That's a big swing point. The back set and a block for Marquette. Set point against number 2.
Marquette putting on a defensive clinic. 16 digs, 4 blocks in this set alone. They are shutting down everything the Longhorns want to do.
That bench is having a ball. Anderson, sharp, keeping Texas alive.
That's a gutsy swing from a freshman in a massive moment.
That was Anderson's first kill. Set point number 2. Back row, Tyler hits the net. Texas not done.
A big 3-0 run for Texas. This was the same rotation that they had success in earlier in this set. Now it's a question of, can they continue to hold it?
Benny serving. Tyler again going. Tip finds the floor. Marquette takes set 1.
That was a statement set from Marquette, coming out lights out defensively. A lot of question marks on Texas that they're going to have to solve this next one.
Marquette playing in the home city, taking it to Texas. The Longhorns have lost 4 of their first 5 sets of the year.
Really difficult for Texas attackers. When they see it, then they're getting stuffed.
Carson Tyler had her moments. 4 kills, hit under 100, but 4 digs. You mentioned the 16 digs. It's not like Marquette was an incredible dig team last year, middle of the pack in the Big East, but special defensive moments with so many young players, including Allie Beers. For all those in the Big East who thought, oh, Marquette has 8 freshmen, rebuilding year, maybe not. Underway in set 2. What will Texas do now? Marquette more defensive scrap. And Tyler picks up the first point.
Carson Tyler is just finding ways around this really tough block. Texas knows that she's going to have to be their heavy hitter, their go-to attacker. She's still finding ways to score around him.
Tom Mendoza loves how she carries herself. She's a superstar, but doesn't act like it. From the middle, it's Bunton who continues to chug along.
That's been the biggest bright spot for Texas through these first 5 sets, has been Nia Bunton coming in through the middle. Her offense has skyrocketed in the last year.
And it's just wild because you look on paper at what Texas has, and the pins are the strength. The middles last year were more of a weakness, and it's been flipped. Emmy Urich now, from the small coastal town of Ankaran, not far from Italy in Slovenia.
It's like a nice place to be.
I'd say.
I'd live there.
You travel plenty to Europe over the summer.
Sounds like a great place to be.
Anytime you hear coastal in Europe, you get excited.
And Italy in the same sentence.
Yes,
come on.
That's true. Yeah, fair amount of international players for Marquette.
Typically, when you have a lot of international players, you have a lot more experience than it looks like. You know, these players grew up playing from such a young age, and a lot of them playing with their senior or junior national teams. So they played on really big stages, even though they're just freshmen.
4 years of eligibility for those international players. Now that seems to be changing by the day. As Marquette picks it up again, starting out set 2 strong.
This was the exact same rotation that Texas had struggles with during the last set. Emmy Urich, the libero for Marquette, on the back line, was able to go on a 5-0 run earlier in set 1.
Make it to Bunton, and it's Spears on the right side.
There's a big swing from Kari Spears. She's been a bright spot of the offense. She's hitting over 400. She just hasn't had enough sets come her way.
You know, you immediately think of Stafford and the recruiting prowess of Anderson. Maybe it's Spears who's going to be the one to step up, take over.
It's got to be someone on this offense.
Hasn't happened yet. Across the court, Tani Urich is wide. 2 in a row for Texas now.
It's so interesting when you look at Texas's roster. For the players that are starting, I will say, a lot of very reserved personalities. There's not a player who's very rah-rah, firecracker, spark plug that's going to take over, maybe aside from Ramsey Gary, the libero. But typically you need that kind of dog mentality out of someone on your offense. So I'm really interested to see this season who kind of emerges as that and becomes a bigger leader. I would say it's probably Tori Stafford, but she's not necessarily the most vocal player ever.
Yeah, I think everyone can identify Ramsey Gary with that defensively, but you're right. They're kind of searching for that alpha mindset from an offensive play. Big swing for Stafford. Excellent dig again. Urich. Tyler. Urich was there. Off her. Out. And the point to Texas.
Marquette is making it real difficult for Texas to put balls down. They're transitioning these plays really well. But it's Texas's defense that's starting to come alive. Really good block right there. Nybutton getting all the way over on it.
And it feels like that was the formula to maybe continue the frustrations for Texas with what happened the other night and being error prone, making them continue to work for it after a poor match. Marquette's been able to do it so far. Main serve receive, going dump. Gary racing, it's down.
Such a smart decision from Luana Marcus, the freshman setter for Marquette. She hasn't been too offensive tonight, and a good time to do it because that ball isn't even tight to the net. The defense wasn't expecting it at all.
Tom Mendoza said when Marcus is comfortable, she can be special. Comfortable so far. Push for Harvey. Emma Parks did not get a touch.
It's pretty difficult to go up and take a big swing when you have 6 hands in front of you like Texas's front line just put up.
Seen that triple block quite a bit so far tonight. Neither team hitting above 200. Texas at just 109. Service error. That's the 7th for the Longhorns after 17 in 4 sets on Saturday. And a whisker out. Annika Kowalski in to serve. Her first collegiate match, injured all of last year. Vanderwall. Got it.
Even though Abby Vanderwall hasn't had the most efficient night so far, she's continuing to take really big swings. Saturday we saw her get a little bit timid as the match went on, but I like that she's going out there and still ripping it.
Former All-American from Timothy Christian High School has certainly brought some more pop. Texas hoping for that from Anderson. Service error number 8.
Texas had 17 service errors on Saturday, and we straight up asked Jared Elliott, are you going to continue with the service strategy? Well, what are you thinking about it? What's your observation? And he said, yeah, we're continuing with it. We think that we're putting more pressure on opponents than we're giving up.
He's convinced by the end of the year it's going to be a weapon.
He wants his players to weather the storm. That's both in this 6-2 system, as Texas gets stuck there, as well as the topspin serving.
Weather the storm at the start of the year. Everything is not going Texas's way so far.
And what a play right there. Emma Parks getting up. She's a physical presence up front. That's why Tom Mendoza loves her in this position.
This block has been so good for Marquette. Stafford out of the back.
That's the first good back row attack that we've seen from Texas this weekend. Much better connection. They move Stafford a little bit over, not coming straight up through the Bic through the middle, but more toward the outside and catches the block off guard.
You can see the look on Tori Stafford's face. Like, yes, that's it. Can it snowball, though? Overpass. Buck didn't get all of it. Tyler diving. And a back set for Spears. Urich tipping right to Binney. Set from Gary to Vanderwall. Tipped up by Urich. Marquette's colliding with some friendly fire. Second try for Spears. Whoa. Marcus pops up. She's okay after a fastball upstairs. That is scary.
Yeah, you don't want to take a fastball from Kari Spears in the face. I can tell if that was the shoulder or the face, but she's playing it off well. She's tough.
Round of applause from the Marquette faithful. 9-8. is setting to Parks. Stafford couldn't reach.
Good quick side out on Marquette's side. I'm really impressed with Emma Parks, just a sophomore. She's got a lot of pop on the balls that she's hitting, and really explosive, kind of fast twitched outside.
Fourth on the team in kills last year, Emma Parks, as a freshman, but she could fill it up. Had 47 kills in a match one time in high school, out in Pennsylvania. Here's the left side this time. Marquette continues to get deflections. On target to Vanderwall. Big for Beers. Tyler swinging with no touch. And Tom Mendoza's going to challenge. It looked like the ball might have changed direction there. Worth a shot if you're Tom Mendoza.
Here's a good look at it. Not seeing anything there. Was it off the
I think it hit off the side of the forearm. Yeah.
And these are the toughest touches to tell, because with the finger at least you can see it bend back, but it's really difficult when it hits a forearm. Maybe her arm is rippling, her sleeve maybe is moving a little bit.
My eye tells me it hits her wrist. Now, is there enough evidence to overturn the call, which was no touch? That's the real question.
From what I'm seeing, I don't see enough evidence, but I might have a better look on the cameras.
This is about as close of a review that we've had all weekend. If it's flipped, that would make it 11-8 Marquette. Tom Mendoza, year 2, previous 7 years as South Carolina's head coach.
So yes, the forearm, wrist, elbow, whatever it is, gets a little piece of it.
I think that's the right call. Challenge successful. Tom Mendoza keeps it. And Beers will serve with an error. Vanderwall, top spin. Urich reaching back. Scrambling Benny, middle bunt. Going back to Urich, down the line, going for hands, did not find them.
Marquette's really struggling on their right side connection. These are two players who haven't had too much time together. Marcus, et cetera, a freshman, as well as Urich, a freshman on the right side.
You wonder, as things continue to stay tight later and later into the match, how these freshmen from Marquette will react.
Based on the way that they're playing right now, they're playing completely unafraid. They're
Yeah.
playing everything they've got out there, whether it's relentless defense or just really fine-tuned offense. They're just giving Texas everything they've got right now.
Spears had a wide open lane, found the middle.
Spears is definitely in that mindset of, I'm going to attack everything. She's batting .500 right now. She's taking really big swings. And the setters are doing a nice job getting her in good positions to take them.
She'll serve it. Let's see if Texas continues to feed Spears. Right back on Marquette's side, and Texas has tied it. First tie since it was 1-1.
Spears looking really good on this top spin serve, putting a lot of pressure on Marquette, knocking him out of system.
Another strong serve and an ace. Texas leads.
This is where the top spin serve really pays off for Texas. They're constantly putting pressure on their opponents, whether they're missing or not. They're just getting blown up all the time in serve receive. Something lets up usually throughout a match.
Kari Spears starting to star. That one stayed a knuckleball line drive.
10 service errors on the match so far for Texas. Again, we talked to Jared Elliott. He is confident in his team's ability to really consistently hit the top spin serve, and we shouldn't see any changes.
You mentioned it all weekend. It's about getting teams out of system, even if you don't get the aces. Vanderwall for the back row, and Texas looking sharper midway through set 2.
Vanderwall continuing to take really big swings. We're seeing Texas go to their back row attack a little bit more often, too.
Theme starting to emerge. More back row attacks, more Kari Spears. Texas has taken the lead after dropping set 1. Up the service errors, helping Marquette stay neck and neck. It was 14 apiece in set 1. That's when Marquette found some separation. What will happen set 2? Ace for Tyler. Why not celebrate? Marquette leading by 1 set, leading by 1 point in set 2, just like they were in the first.
Because we've seen 8 of the top 12 teams in the country play, and it's been a slugfest.
Everybody in college volleyball will be getting underway this week. Henley Anderson, they could get her in rhythm. That'd be huge. Nice kill out of the break.
Yeah, that was a really good answer right there from Texas. Getting something going, especially it helps when it's on the pins.
From Dripping Springs High School, west of Austin, playing for her hometown school, top recruit in the country. Stafford sends it out. Make it 12 service errors for the Longhorns.
And when you're playing a team toe-to-toe, the margins for error are so small. You have Marquette not making many errors, if any at all, and then you have Texas airing themselves out of the set.
Pop it up with one hand for Harris, and Anderson goes wide. And you understand what Jared Elliott's talking about with sticking to the approach for the long term. But with all the frustrations already for Texas offensively, the service errors just aren't helping.
Yeah, it's certainly not helping. And normally you want to break down a passing unit, but Marquette's a really good passing team. Obviously, a lot of new pieces in there this season, but they're passing 54% in system. That's a really, really high number that you'd be happy with.
Excellent dive to keep it alive. Free ball back to Marquette, up 2. Back row, Tyler. Wide. Marquette fans wanted it.
Texas's
Tyler
defense.
crossed the line. Go ahead.
Illegal back row attack, yeah. I mean, great defense on Texas's side, doing whatever they can to try to keep these balls up. It's going to take some more relentless defense and really matching what Marquette's doing.
Gary picks up the ace, tied at 17. Our 5th tie of the set.
Ramsey Gary has shown throughout her career she has the ability to go off for 5-6 points at crucial times because of how effective her serve can be.
Former Indiana Hoosier in her 2nd year with Texas, taking over at libero. On the slide, Big Stafford. Rising, Vanderwall. Tyler has been awesome defensively. Parks pushing off the block, push right back. Marquette somehow doing it again. The punch-up doesn't go, and Marquette's organized chaos continues to work.
Sometimes it's just about calming that chaos and what can you do to keep the ball alive. So many players throughout this match you've seen on Marquette's side just laying their bodies on the line to keep it alive and do whatever they can to create more opportunities.
It has been an A+ scramble drill for Marquette tonight. Marquette already leading 1-0 in the driver's seat right now to put Texas behind 2 sets, 2 matches in a row. Spears pounding off the block.
Spears continuing to be a really bright spot for this offense right now that's been struggling throughout the match. Even though she's not the most vocal of players, by the way that she's playing, you know she's a hot hand and wanting that ball.
Calm and confident, 7 kills, hitting .545. Ace, directed out by Marquette.
Texas's 4th ace of the match, and the last 2 coming from their float servers, being really effective back there.
Benny. Almost another one. Spears the go-to. Tyler kept it up. Marquette not able to work the magic that time, and it's Texas by 2.
Texas's triple block working so well for them again. The serve does a nice job of knocking them out of system. That means they can bring 3 blockers up.
A roar for Benny. Bench fired up. Texas needing the mojo late in set 2. Kaiser Emily Eamon with you. Final match, the first serve in Milwaukee. Heck of an event this weekend. We did not expect Texas to be 0-1 and down 1 set at this point. Benny continuing to serve. Float serve having success. In the middle, attack goes wide. Texas with a 4-0 run.
Big run by Texas late. This is exactly what they needed at this point in the set to do it. It's coming off of phenomenal serves from Rella Benny.
Ironic talking about the top spin serving approach, that it's the float server who's having success late in the set. Back up to Vanderwall, sharp and a kill.
How about that set from Ramsey Gary coming in as a libero? If you're taking this ball over your head as a setter, you have to have your foot back behind the line. And she not only kind of splits it and jumps, but she gets the set in a perfect spot.
Maybe not the same impact for Stafford, but Spears and Vanderwall have upped their game. Same with the serving game for Texas. Spears denied. Texas by 5.
Texas's triple block has been so effective this set. The serve is doing such a nice job knocking Marquette out of system. And that 6 big hands, that's so difficult to get past. You see just how well they're formed too. There's no seams in that block. They're going up at the same time. That's something that you work really hard in the practice gym on that Texas has implemented.
It feels like there hasn't been enough right side production for Marquette to keep Texas honest.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been really pin heavy. And when you have a star like Carson Tyler out there who you know is going to get set late, along with Emma Parks, who's done a really good job just trying to get the ball in play, they know where the ball's going.
Texas really up against it, down 18-17. Late in set 2, already dropping a set. They've rattled off 6 straight. And some of the offensive firepower returning for the time being. For the 5-time national champions, winning back-to-back in 22 and 23. Zip won't go over. It is all Texas now with set point.
Heck of a run right now, 7-0 from Rella Benny. So impressive what she's been able to do and disrupt Marquette from the service line.
The junior from Oahu, serving for the set. Texas can close it here. High up to Spears, the star of this set. Excellent dig, reload. Benny setting Spears, back on Texas's side. Marquette still fighting.
Great Marquette defense, just relentless over there, doing whatever they can to keep these points alive.
Tough serve. On the back row, Stafford got the touch, and Texas has the set.
This set really came down to that 7-0 run that Texas had late. Marquette was right in it up until that point. Then Texas was able to really go on a massive run and close it up. If Marquette takes that away, they might be up 2-0 in this match, and that's a completely different ballgame.
Definitely the difference in set 2. We are all locked 1 set apiece in Milwaukee. Texas answers back in set 2, looking for their first win of the year against the Gold.
Set held Marquette deep into the negatives. Texas wants to see, though, that offensive number continue to climb.
A team that hit .315 on average last year. Texas tied for 3rd in the nation. Still looking for that big mark in a set. Marquette comes out with the first point of set 3, left side, Emma Parks.
It's been really left side heavy for Marquette, especially this 3rd set. They need to get back to a little bit more balance, throwing in some good middle attacks, and maybe getting the right side going. We haven't seen too much of that.
We have not. We've seen a lot of Texas triple blocks against those outsides for Marquette. Stafford back row. Juric got it up. Got a joust. Up by Stanev. Ani Juric, excellent dive for Binney. Spears reaching back. High for Juric. Gary got the punch. Spears again, blocked. Out of the middle, Juric digging. Other Juric, Kelly.
That's the right side production that Marquette needs more of. That play unfolding because of such good defense on both sides. Emmy Juric, the libero for Marquette, puts up an awesome ball. Marcus, the setter, reversing the flow back to her right.
Just finding the floor. Middle button denied. Excellent cleanup for Spears, hustling. Tip for Spears, another block. Vander Waal. Landing barely out off the block of Marquette.
Really high IQ play right there from Vander Waal. The block is a little bit late, so she can catch them going off the hands and out of bounds.
Some great rallies already in the 3rd.
Yeah, great defense on both sides.
Feels like an NCAA tournament match early. Just the intensity of the fight. Juric diving off the tape. And pushed down. Marquette is just relentless.
Really sneaky plays as well. We've seen the power that Marquette can hit with, but in this situation, just a little bit off of it from Tyler, and she's able to sneak it inside the block. Great vision to see that seam, too.
Somehow not touch the net. It was close. Spears pounding. Pass. Right back to Spears. She finishes this time with major thunder.
Massive thump from Kari Spears, and how about that set coming out? A beautiful ball really close to the net. It's an awesome save from Rella Vinny. A perfect ball for Spears to thump.
Saw a bunch of that from Izzy Stark in the first match.
Yeah.
Spears has been sensational. Ace!
Spears playing phenomenal for a Texas team that is still trying to find their footing. This is where the topspin serves pay off. You might have some misses, but you're continuing to just put pressure on your opponents.
There's a look in Kari Spears' eyes. It seems a little bit different in the second match. Narrowly missing a second straight ace.
That's 13 service errors to 5 aces so far for Texas.
Reminder, Jared Elliott said they will not back down from that aggressiveness. Avery Helms serving, sophomore from the St. Louis area. Henley Anderson.
Big swing from the freshman. We haven't said Anderson's name in a while. She was struggling to find the floor. Definitely a position they're working to get her more comfortable and going. That's a really confident swing.
Just a little bit of a surprise it's taken Anderson some time to find a rhythm. Maybe not. I mean, she's a freshman, but the familiarity she has with some of the players on the roster from USA Volleyball, how great she's been in the spring.
I think it's just a whole team trying to figure out their
true.
footing right now. No one looks that comfortable, maybe except Kari Spears.
That's fair.
And the thing about the serving is the service errors aren't really an issue. If your offense is rolling how you hope it to roll, then those errors are kind of a moot point because you're not making the attacking errors to back that up.
It's just salt in the wound, though, when your offense is struggling. Anderson pounding off the block. It landed out.
You can see the frustration right there from Luana Marcus. She's had a few stuffs tonight. In a good position, her hands just not quite over fast enough.
Oh, they switched it.
Oh, it was down.
Point Marquette.
Nice.
That hit the floor. Ace. Jared Elliott popped up immediately to challenge. He was quick up.
The whole team was just in motion for that.
Yeah.
Here's a look at it. Good serve, popped right down in front of the passers. Yeah, that's up.
No chance.
It's definitely up.
That's just a missed call, but it will be reversed. Jared Elliott will keep that challenge.
And it should be a replay.
All right, fans, the original call was point Marquette.
Thanks to Bolt 6. Some of our looks here overturned quick.
You see the frustration for Tom Mendoza because that's a free ball given to Marquette. Felt like they could capitalize on that, but the right call was made, and at the end of the day, that's all you want.
Redo it. Back setting for Stafford, tooling the block. Texas within one.
Big for Texas to side out right there. That was a really tough serve, and Abby Vanderwall handled that beautifully. Here's another look at it. Look how fast this ball is coming right down the line. She wrapped her platform around it, got her setter in a good spot.
And some of those high velo serves, Texas is used to practicing against that with their new approach. Schmidt had to hang on. The back row, bounce off the tape, help to Urich. Tapped out, point Marquette.
Another really smart swing on the outside. Both Emma Parks and Carson Tyler have done a really nice job tonight using the block.
Even with all the young players, one starter returning for Marquette this year. Step for step with number 2. Anderson starting to pick up steam.
Anderson's varying up her shots pretty well. We haven't seen that kind of range in her yet this tournament, but the last swing barreling cross court, this one going right down the line.
Anderson is a mindful and diligent player. She'll tinker in practice. Very keen on development. If she starts to get going, Texas is going to be wicked. Sliding stunning. High for Vanderwall. Parks reached for it. Back row, Tyler. Got the line.
Carson Tyler is so dialed into this offense. It's chaos happening on Marquette's side, but she's ready for that back row attack at all times. Be an extra offensive option should they need it. See that coming flying through, going over the triple block. That's insane for a player that stands at a soft 5'10".
Yeah. MAC Player of the Year at Ball State. Racked up the kills over the last couple of years. Off of Urich and out from Vanderwall.
One thing about Texas offense that has improved is we're not seeing many tips and roll shots. It's been a slugfest on their side, just trying to rip these balls.
Well, maybe their approach is, our offense isn't clicking, let's just swing hard and see what happens. We've got the athletes. Ace, tied at 8. That's the 6th for Texas tonight. Guess who it was? Rella Binney, who was sensational at the service line in set 2.
Yeah, majority of Texas aces right now coming from their float servers, which kind of expected the opposite with how much topspin they bring.
Gary reaching. It's off from Vanderwall. Tani Urich, cross court. Big for Binney. 3 ball back. To the left side and Parks. Long rally. Vanderwall off the block and out. Now Texas dishing out some of Marquette's medicine.
The defense in this set has really picked up on both sides in terms of backcourt defense. The digging is doing a really nice job, and the block slowing it down.
First lead for Texas in set 3. High bounce, giving Stafford time. But back set to Spears. Push, blocked, in for Texas.
Texas block continues to come alive. 6 blocks in this match. They're working really well together. I think the middles are doing a phenomenal job working as a unit with those pins.
Middle has been a strength so far, despite a slow start on the year for Texas. And the block has been massive.
Another one for Texas. They are forming a wall up front. Nia Button is absolutely everywhere. This ball's going fast out to the pin. That's so difficult to make a play on. Vanderwall set it up so well, though.
You can tell the juice is back right now for the Longhorns. Stanev, line drive out of the middle, straight out. Texas with a 5-0 run. They get 6 straight for the Longhorns. And Tom Mendoza will challenge if there was a touch.
All right, fans, do you think the Golden Eagles win this challenge?
Well, Texas is going to have to be a lot sharper than even this to get a win against TCU and Nebraska next weekend, but they're starting to get there.
Remember, we're looking for a touch here.
That pinky move.
Hard to tell from there.
Yeah, I don't see anything clear to overturn it. It's probably the best look that we have. I don't see anything moving on the pinky or ring finger.
Hey, I think we're perfect on the weekend. Let's keep the streak going.
Yeah. No touch.
Tom Mendoza trying to change some of the momentum that Texas has established with this 6-0 run. You touched on it in a couple different ways, but what has improved for the Longhorns over the last set and a half?
Yeah, I think their defense has really improved. The blocking was lights out during set 2, and they're continuing that here. We're seeing really good blocking moves. And a lot of time you see attacking errors for your opponent rack up after that because they're trying to avoid the big block that's right in front of them.
That's a little bit different too. Definitely compared to Saturday.
Yeah.
Spears almost took out some fans.
Spears just trying to do just a little bit too much with that ball. Is set a little bit behind her head. Those are the plays that you want to take a little bit of speed off and just get over and place in a good spot.
I think that kind of shows what you said, though, with the mindset for Texas. They're just letting it rip now.
They're swinging.
Middle button blocked.
Massive read from Julia Stanev. In a great position as a middle. You want to line up your shoulders with the opposing middles right there. She takes a small step to her left and gets the stuff. Great adjustment.
She didn't play much last year. Tom Mendoza thinks that Stanev could surprise some people this year. Vanderwall going to the back corner.
Abby Vanderwall's play has really improved as this match has gone on as well. She was hitting near 0 early on, but since then has really skyrocketed and become Texas's leader at 10 kills.
Spears right behind her with 8. And Stafford with 6. Free ball to the Longhorns. Benny will set Stafford down the line.
Now Texas offense is connecting a little bit better here in set 3 too. They've only gotten better as the match has gone on. Hit around 100 the first set, around 200 set 2, up at 250 here, set 3 so far.
It has been slow, but it has been progress for Texas tonight. Much more open path that time for a right side kill, something we haven't seen much from Marquette.
No, definitely haven't. And Tani Urich is a really physical player over there and one that they expect to be a big part of this offense.
It's pretty hilarious that she's 6'5" and her twin sister is 5'9".
Yeah, so you never know they're twins.
Both excellent players, freshmen starting for Marquette, coming from Slovenia. Through the block from Tyler.
A big swing from Carson Tyler. That's exactly what you can expect from the 5'10" outside whenever she goes up there. She's been doing it all night. A great push from the libero, too, to get her in a good spot.
She took on a big workload at Ball State, over 30% of Ball State's swings last year. Expecting to have a similar impact at Marquette. Another scramble for the Golden Eagles. High tip, back on Texas's side. Stafford across the court. Here it's the dig. Up top, Tyler, sharp carry diving. Spears down.
Incredible transition play on Texas's side. Watch this play from Ramsey Gary, the libero for Texas. The way that she dives and getting in this angle along the net is so impressive. I mean, she flies through and they're able to transition that into good offense. Texas feeling good right now with a little three-point cushion.
Saturday, hoping to leave Milwaukee with their first win of the season. Marquette season opener. And ace out of the break for the powerful Kari Spears.
Texas's service pressure really paying off. Kari Spears has been incredible tonight from the end line. She's putting so much heat, putting it in great spots, and that's led to 3 aces already for her.
Another excellent serve.
Doesn't necessarily count as an ace, but kind of feels like it should based on how good it was.
Largest lead for Texas in set 3. Up by 5.
Here's another look at that last serve coming from Spears. What's made her so good is she's not hitting it in the same spot every time. This time, kind of tracks like it's going to the passer's left, but goes to the middle. That ball almost going out of bounds before the setter nearly saved it, but called for that illegal back row attack.
Definitely seeing the good and the bad with Texas's serving tonight. Starting September 5th, Fox Big Noon Saturday is back. Start your Saturday strong with Big Noon Kickoff. Live from Bloomington, 10 a.m. Eastern. Then at noon, defending national champion Indiana takes on North Texas. Big Noon Saturday, September 5th on Fox.
Go Hoosiers.
Bloomington native Emily Neiman of Jack Kaiser. What a season. What a season. Kurt Signetti, new quarterback Josh Hoover. They seemed primed to pick up right where they left off. Preseason number 6. Indiana in football. Texas preseason number 2. In the volleyball landscape. Right up there in the conversation with the Nebraskas, Kentucky, Pitts of the world. Always in the national championship picture. Has not been clean to start the year. But the good news about these tough schedules is there are plenty of opportunities to pick up signature confidence-building wins. Right now, they're just looking for a win, period, against pesky Marquette in Milwaukee. Spears serving high. Oh, Spears got there. Oh, sharp and nasty from Stafford.
Those are the swings that we expect from Tori Stafford throughout a match. We just haven't seen too many of them so far. The angles that she's able to hit, this is why she's a slice and dicer. She can hit some shots that just make your jaw drop.
That might have been the best one we've seen from her all weekend. I keep saying weekend, it's Monday. Excellent from Beers. Tyler through the block again. She just finds a way.
She is able to do things that are just so impressive, especially for a player just standing at 5'10". She's completely unafraid up there, which is one of the reasons why she was the MAC Player of the Year last season.
Tom Mendoza appreciates how she'll hang out after practice for like 30 minutes. She doesn't have to, just to play games, mess around with the team. Integrated beautifully this year. Coming from Muncie. Hanley Anderson also showing some flashes in set 3.
Yeah, Texas looking a lot better this set overall. The defense has certainly picked up. The offense, all the attackers just look a little bit more comfortable. I think the setters are doing a better job getting their attackers in better positions to feel comfortable taking those swings.
Feels like it took a match and a half, but now Texas looking like the superpower they're expected to be. Narrowly long from Genevieve Harris. Door still slightly open for Marquette. Can they capitalize? That won't help from Tyler. Texas in the red zone now. Drop set 1, took set 2. Got an ace. That's the 9th ace now for Texas.
With all those questioning whether this top spin pressure and serving system works for Texas, I think you're seeing it play out. 9 aces on the night, yes, 15 errors, but they're just continuing to break down Marquette's serve receive.
Flip the antenna.
Now it's so important for this passing unit right now for the Golden Eagles to just get this ball high. It doesn't have to be perfect. Even 10 feet off the net, they can run a good offense.
And a timeout for Marquette with Texas up by 8, rolling in set 3. And to double back to this serving approach for Texas, Jared Elliott said, look, teams, especially the top teams, if they're going to side out 70-75% of the time, if you aren't serving well, like, you have to lean in on applying more pressure. That's part of the reasoning for doing this, so when they get to the big matches in the tournament, they can win them.
Yeah, teams are so good at ball control these days. The passing has improved so much, and the serving to counter that has gone towards the men's game a little bit more, where you're seeing more topspin servers. You're okay with errors. You're seeing teams just bomb balls from the end line because they know that teams are going to side out so quickly and easily if you're not putting enough pressure on them.
The athletes' systems are just too good now on offense. And you can see some of the payoff for Texas finally. It's over midway, their second match of the year. An approach they've adopted since the spring. Stafford with the air, that's the give and take. 16 service errors, 9 aces tonight. Schmidt will come out. And Annika Kowalski, the sophomore from Appleton, Wisconsin, just south of Green Bay, in the serve. Vanderwall across the court. That's been there all set 3 for her.
Yeah, it definitely has. I think the setters are getting their attackers in better positions. Genevieve Harris on the move, squares her shoulders, and gets her outside a good ball.
That's great to see for Jared Elliott, Texas fans too. The confidence of Harris building after a rough match 1. Dueling the swing, Stafford digging, set back across the grain, blocked. In the middle, quick push, pinballing down for the Longhorns, and they've got set point.
Now more range of Genevieve Harris, this time 10 feet off the net, gets her middle going on a quick attack. That's really impressive stuff from the freshman setter.
The reason she was the #1 setter recruit in the country. Carson Tyler picks it up.
Late in a set, expect Marquette to continue to feed Carson Tyler the ball.
12 kills to lead the way for Marquette. and everyone out there tonight. Vanderwall has 11 for Texas. Got the back set, and Harvey the kill to end set 3. And Texas is now rolling in match 2.
That was the best offensive performance we've seen from Texas this year so far, hitting above 300. That's what they want to look like. Leading Marquette 25-6, 9-point lead there to head to set 4.
Benny with 21 assists. Genevieve Harris, the other setter, as part of this 6-2, getting action with 15 assists. Benny's been great at the service line as well. Couple of aces, gone on some long runs. The last set and change, about the end of set 2 and all of set 3. Texas looking like themselves. That was the big question coming into tonight after they dropped a tough opening match to Arizona State in 4. Did not look good in the process. Cross court, it's Spears picking up right where she left off from the first 3 sets.
Kari Spears just having an incredible night. 10 kills already and across the board. 4 aces, 5 digs, 3 blocks. She definitely looks like herself again.
It feels like she has more than 10 kills just from the magnitude of those terminations she's had. Been fluid too. Wow, look at that from Tyler.
It's a cannon on Carson Tyler. That's gotta feel good to start off set 4. Massive seam in the block, really good set, and she just hammers right inside it.
She's got a cannon.
Yeah.
Spears trying to answer. Tyler took off some that time, but found the floor inside of the line.
This is why Carson Tyler is so good. We've seen the power that she operates with, but look at this ball. She takes a lot off of it and just perfectly places it right on the tee.
Spears right off the block.
Yeah, with Rella Benny setting a lot of her balls to the right side. It's when she's lined up with Kari Spears over there. Spears just been so effective on the right.
Over 300 now, 11 kills. It is Tyler against Spears to start the 4th set. Marquette has to win the 4th to extend the match. Spears back at the line. For the back row. Here's the dig. She's had a few excellent ones tonight. Reaching back, Stafford, and tools the block. Stafford's progress has been a little bit more slow, but it has been there.
Yeah, it's definitely been a linear progression to get better and better. Just still hasn't really looked like the Tori Stafford that we've seen from years past.
I mean, she's one of the elite, most efficient hitters in the country. Just haven't seen it full bloom yet.
Yeah, definitely no touch there.
Well, that'll be overturned.
Yeah.
It came off her hand with such great amount of spin. I think it fooled everybody.
That one just really not close.
No. Marquette fired up to be back on the court, their season opener. Clearly no touch. Call overturned quickly. It's been fun so far tonight. Second ever meeting between Texas and Marquette. They first played at the NCAA tournament 4 years ago in Austin. That was a 4-set win for Texas. Longhorns went on to win the whole thing that year. Logan Eggleston, Madison Skinner, part of that group. Hey, if VCU were here, Marquette, Texas, would be the Shaka Smart Invitational. Stafford once again.
Right off that error coming in, like the setter went back to her, give her some confidence on that swing, this time on the right side.
And the balance is showing up for Texas as well.
Yeah.
Keeping track of the numbers here, we've got Vanderwall with 11, Spears with 11, and Stafford now with 9. "17 errors to match what Texas had in their last match on Saturday."
The difference there being they've got 9 service aces. On Saturday, they only had 3.
Tyler gives it right back. Stafford. The back set for the back row and Tyler. Punched up, Stafford clapping. It is Vanderwall. Saved by Marcus. Across the way, Doolin. Gary got to it. Easy spot for Vanderwall. The slide, it's a kill. Molly Welge, haven't called her name a ton tonight. Timely kill.
We haven't seen too much middle involvement from Marquette as a whole, but they've been pretty timely about when they're using it. This was a really smart decision in transition. Welge working really hard to get off the net.
Another Bennett Academy product on display tonight. Serving. Free ball to Marquette, up by 1, early set 4. Doolin rising, terminating. Marquette up 2.
New look on the outside for Marquette. Cadence Doolin coming in, just a freshman. Coach says she's got a really live arm and can score well. Seeing that opportunity come to life.
Did it at North Hagerstown High School, over 7 kills a set as a senior. To Vanderwall, who sends it long.
Marquette right now, good 3-point cushion on their side. Their backs are against the wall, down 2-1, but they've shown Texas that they can push, taking that first set pretty handily.
Some of the momentum they had in that first set, starting to feel it again a little bit. And Lee Anderson with 5 kills. That was Doug. Doolin providing a spark on the left side.
Sometimes you just need a spark off the bench, and especially a player that Texas has literally 0 film on because she's a freshman coming in. Marquette hasn't played any matches yet. Even with a triple block, she finds a way around it. That is so impressive in just your first year at NCAA volleyball.
No matter how this set and match turns out, all things considered, with all the newcomers, I think Marquette's got to be so happy with how they've performed tonight.
Yeah, really impressed with what Marquette is bringing with so many new pieces, a really young squad. I think it was a question mark of some of these pieces and how they would all fit together, but we've seen throughout this match, the connections get better, the stars shine, Carson Tyler being one of those, and just a really pinnacle piece of this Marquette offense.
You're just thinking, it's like, okay, Carson Tyler's coming in, you know she's going to be the top option. MAC Player of the Year, that's great, but step up the competition. How's that going to go? You got 8 freshmen to go along with her. What is this going to look like? And the early returns are fantastic. Almost an ace. Schmidt on the slide, sends that down for good.
Kiera Schmidt has been so effective. That's just the 5th time that she's taken a swing tonight, but 3 of those have gone down for kills.
Schmidt, fun personality, just saw some of it, likes to keep it loose. Only returning starter for Marquette. She's only a sophomore. That's long. Ends the Marquette run. Tori set up for her usual twist into the serve. Comes up short for the 18th service error for Texas. Marquette going for its highest ranked win in program history. So got a long way to go. Need to win this set to force a fifth. Juric lines it out of bounds, 10-6.
Marquette just really struggling to get some production from that right side attack. A lot of sets going that way, but not a ton of kills.
Got Tyler with 14 kills, Parks with 6. Tani Juric has 5 on that right side, but hitting 0 now after her 5th attack error. Back row, Tyler flying in. And a touch.
Tyler flying through the back row. You see the block just laid all around. Multiple different seams for her to hit through. She chooses the one to her left. She's catching the pinky.
Just a graze. 5-point lead for Marquette again. Stafford did not get the touch the other way. Marquette doubling up Texas.
And we saw that route for Stafford work really well earlier in the match. It's not a true thick attack through the middle. It's more toward the left side. The connection, though, with the setter just a little bit off there.
Both teams still hitting under 200. Long set for a thunderous kill for Spears.
Spears is just continuing to level up her game as this match has gone on. Texas needed someone to step up and really provide that spark, and she has done that exceptionally well.
Highest hit percentage on the team, over 300, 12 kills for Spears. Gary in the dig. Stafford going off the side of the block.
Stafford also coming alive too, now up to 10 kills herself. Seeing kind of that balance on the pins play out for Texas in this 6-2 system. We've got 4 pins you're using, 3 of them already with 10 or more kills.
From the positives that we have seen from Texas tonight, do you see the vision of Jarrett Elliott for the long term?
No, I totally understand it. I mean, you always have 4 attackers. You've got 3 in the front court and 1 coming through the back row at all times. We just haven't seen that offense really come alive in that way, to have 4 options constantly coming at you and overpowering your opponent. We've only seen really 1 good set of it, and it was last set, set 3.
And he's going to stick to his guns here. He really believes that's the best thing for them in the long term this year, as Stafford picks up another kill. And yeah, of course, Texas loses a match. It's Texas. They're going to get the heat right. Oh, you got to change it. But he's going to stick with it and see what happens.
I think it's also such a small sample size, and it's so early in the year. There's not many matches on. Everyone just wants to jump to extremes right away. Like,
of course.
You lose the first match, and oh my God, the season's over.
That's how we are, period, as people now. Back to a 5-point lead. Texas can't quite get over that hump midway through the set. Marquette took set 1, Texas the last 2. Avery Helms back in to serve for the Golden Eagles. It's Stafford who is starting to roll now, up to 12 kills in a heartbeat.
Texas adding some wrinkles into their offense that we haven't seen come alive this time. Stafford lined up on the right side, but they have the middle going on a slide, bring her through on a 2-ball through the middle.
The Raleigh native Harris. Back set, adjustment, and a kill for Marquette. First to 15 after Welge finds the floor deep. Again, it's a 1-mile trip from campus over to 5-serve Forum. Marquette trying to pull off the upset, still got a long way to go. Got Harvey with the kill, 4-point lead for Marquette now.
Texas doing a better job getting their middles involved as this match has evolved.
Texas looks sharper tonight. Dropped their match Saturday against Arizona State. Marquette fighting though. Ace for Texas, here they come.
Texas has done a really nice job keeping the pressure consistently on Marquette. They haven't backed down from these topspin serves despite 19 errors. That's their 10th ace of this match.
Jared Elliott said they were too timid serving, even with the errors. On Saturday, another 20 errors, 10 aces. But the aggressiveness is maintained. Good dive from Harris to get it up to Vanderwall. How about that?
Yeah, big swing from Abby Vanderwall right there as Texas tries to claw their way back. It's going to take some gutsy swings from some of these pin attackers to get it done. I love that play from Genevieve Harris as well, laying out for it, getting her attacker in a decent spot.
Really strong considering the dive. The back row, Tyler flying in. 16 kills.
Texas has to locate wherever Carson Tyler is out on the court. Doesn't matter if she's in the front or back row. Marquette will continue to find her no matter where.
Can Tyler carry Marquette to the 5th? Stafford is feeling it.
You need your veteran leader to come alive in moments like this, and we're seeing Stafford hit that next level right when the Longhorns need it.
Leading Texas now with 13 kills. It felt like early set 3, she wasn't even really part of the picture. Long push. Up top to Vanderwall. Wanted the touch, did not get it. Marquette up by 4, hanging on for now.
Texas, they only have one challenge remaining. They don't use it.
Each team with one challenge left. In the middle, Button's been quiet for a while. Not anymore.
Texas needs to rely on Button. She was so good in their match against Arizona State. Hit almost 400, really carried an offense that looked abysmal. And now late in the set, they need to establish her as a threat again.
Up to 4 kills. Texas climb within 2. Urich pops it up. Tyler, good spot. Gary got there. Stafford swinging hard. High for Tyler. Across the court, Gary digging. Tip over the top, popped up. No, it's down. And Texas is within 2.
Such a crafty play from Tori Stafford. We've seen her power throughout this set, and this time in a long rally. The defense is still back on their heels. They're not set up yet, so this ball catches them off guard.
That's tight. Marcus got it back. Good opportunity for Texas. Spears with heat. Popped up by Beers. Gary setting Stafford, pushing with the recycle. Vanderwall, friendly fire. Tyler swinging hard, blocked. Free ball back. Stafford got another one.
Marquette is working so hard to keep these Texas swings from falling. The defense, man, they are working overtime, that coverage to come alive. But if you give Texas a free ball, this is what's coming right back at you.
That was furious.
It's a really high momentum play that Texas needed to pull it within 1.
Tied early in the set 4 apiece. Marquette took control after that, but a 3-0 killing some of the buzz for Texas.
A good timeout taken for Marquette to stop that 3-0 run from Texas. Reminder, earlier in the set, Marquette had a 5-point lead, up 15-10. Texas was able, though, to come back.
We'll do it again late. Marquette knocking on the door of the red zone. That's when you get to 20+. Setting Spears, denied.
Big statement stuff from Molly Welge up front, the freshman middle blocker in one of the biggest moments of her volleyball career.
Marquette wants a shot at the 5th to take down number 2. Stafford, not this time. Up top for Tyler. There he got enough. Long overpass. Tyler again, back corner.
Talk about making something out of nothing. That was a broken play on Marquette's side. Setter takes the first contact. It wasn't pretty. The second contact, everyone knows where it's going. Texas puts up a good block, and Tyler still finds a way around it.
Carson Tyler is a gamer.
Those are the kind of players that you need on your team in these kind of moments. Who's going to take the risky swing, the gutsy swing with all power in it?
I mean, think about this opportunity for her coming from Western New York, starting her career at Ball State. She's playing the #2 team in the country in her Marquette debut. She is living up to it.
And Tyler already looks like she's in postseason form. She's doing such a nice job against one of the most physical teams in the country. She always has 2 big blockers in front of her, especially with Texas running the 6-2 system. She has absolutely delivered. They're finding her everywhere on the court. In this moment with Marquette up 4 and Texas trying to come back, really look for Marquette to continue to lean on her through the end of this match.
Right now, Mission 1 is closeout set 4. You would have to imagine she gets quite a few looks with Marquette up 21-17.
I loved what Tom Mendoza was telling us earlier today about people didn't realize how good she was when she entered the portal. And he's like, honestly, thank God, because we realized how good she would be and how good she would fit into our system.
She doesn't carry herself like a superstar. She's not that tall. And you watch her practice for just a little bit and you realize, oh yeah, she's our best player.
Yeah, Carson Tyler's play demands attention and respect.
She's done that on the national stage tonight. Tyler again. No touch, it's wide. Texas within 3 is their one final push for the Longhorns in set 4 to try and close it out.
And now Texas has Kari Spears going to the back line. She's already got 4 aces on the night. She's been Texas' most effective server.
A good one. Excellent receive from Urich. Her sister terminates.
Talk about freshmen coming up clutch at a big time. Tani Urich comes up. Beautiful swing right down the line, using her physicality to her advantage, beating the block outside.
Not much production for the right side. Tani Urich with a big one late in set 4, 22-18. Bunting out of the middle to 3.
Another big play for Texas. They're continuing to keep this offense spread and balanced, and it's working for them.
Genevieve Harris strings something together. Marcus setting Tyler. Was there. Texas setting up. Out of the back row.
There haven't been too many effective back row kills tonight for Texas, and what a time to pull it out of their back pocket. Abby Vanderwall coming flying through on the big attack.
13 kills for Vanderwall. 15 for Stafford, 12 for Spears. Balance among those 3. Tyler had to reach, block. Marquette can't save it. Texas knocking on the door, down 1.
This is Texas's serve working really well with their block. When Marquette's out of system, you know that the ball has to go outside. Texas is putting a 3-person block up. That's 6 hands against 1 attacker.
All right, timeout for Marquette here. And Carson Tyler's carried you all night. Do you go to her here if you're Marquette when you get a chance?
100%. I think that you ride her until the end of this match.
See what Tom Mendoza and Marquette chooses to do. Look, you talk to a Texas fan before the start of the season, you lose match 1. You're in a battle with Marquette in the 4th set, on the verge of going to a 5th. That might not look appealing to begin the season, but you look at the linear progression of Texas over the course of the start of this year, there's still a lot of encouraging things that Longhorn fans have seen tonight compared to Saturday.
Yeah, and we're going to learn a lot about what Texas can do in this moment, where their mindset is at, and are they in attack mode, or are they getting complacent?
The resilience, the hard conversations that they focus so much on after Saturday's loss, can they pay off tonight? Sliding, Welge. They don't go to Tyler.
Perfect pass, go to the player that hasn't had too many swings tonight. The defense is not focused on. She takes care of that seam in the block well.
How about that with the wrinkle in a big moment? Tyler serving, Gary gets to it. Anderson letting it rip, but blocked. Marquette set point.
The freshman middle coming up clutch again, gets the kill, and then a massive stop to set up set point against number 2 Texas to push it to 5.
Trying to dance their way to the 5th. Chance for Marquette. It is Dool. High for Stafford. Another shot for Doolin. Gary reaching. Anderson got the touch. Texas not quite done.
The Texas defense absolutely relentless back there to create more opportunities for the front line. Carson Tyler right now in the backcourt for Marquette.
This is entertaining. Welge out with no touch, and Texas within 1 again.
That one's so close. You're totally fine with that swing from a freshman middle in that situation. Look how close this is. Just an inch out of bounds.
Got check time. Service error ends it. A costly one from Stafford, and we're going to a 5th. What a night. What a way to close out the first serve in Milwaukee. Unranked Marquette could pick up their best win in program history against number 2 Texas. Marquette pick up a signature moment in program history, or can Texas survive for their first win of the year? Spears with the first swing for Texas.
If Texas is going to come out on top, it's going to be because Kari Spears continues to dominate how she has throughout this match. She's hit ultra efficient. She's been so good defensively, and serving-wise, she's got 4 aces on the night.
Setting back. Carry to Stafford. Caught fire in the 4th. Tyler. Backs at Spears. Another monstrous swing.
Back-to-back for the sophomore All-American opposite. Kari Spears, wherever she is at on the court, she's been a ball magnet. She's got the hot hand right now for the Longhorns.
A bubbly, smiley personality. She is intense on the court. Tyler blocked. Heck of a get from Urich. Over the top. Diving. That was Benny. Spears again. 3 straight.
Kari Spears is just getting more and more comfortable taking the monster swings. This is the mentality that we needed to see from Texas from the beginning. But at the end of the day, if you get in the 5th set, really that's all that matters if you get a W on the board.
A 4-0 start for Texas, and it looks like that long break that came out of the huddle very late to start the 5th is paying off. Early momentum. Emily, let's double back to what we said when things were going south. Who would step up and put the team on their back? It has been Kari Spears.
It absolutely has, and this is a player who's got that dog mentality. We just haven't seen it so far this season through these 2 matches. Texas as a whole has been pretty laid back on their heels. We haven't seen them in attack mode, but those 3 swings in a row from Kari Spears really showed that Texas still has that mindset. She's got that mindset, and she's going to continue them on.
We mentioned her family. There's no shortage of athleticism. And to humble her dad and her brother once in a while. Her dad played in the NFL. Her brother, Marcus Jr., top recruit in the country for basketball. Just show him who's boss. Kari would have them try to receive a serve or block her. It didn't go well for them. She's got that dog mentality. Block set up. Guess who's involved?
This is the Kari Spears set. This player coming absolutely alive. You can just see how locked in she is even after that point. She goes to cheer with her teammates, but then she's right back in it, looking at what the defense has given her, locked in.
Marquette trying to find something. Got a joust. Stafford going off the block.
As good of a start as Texas could have hoped for. 6-0, getting it done from their pin attackers, the All-American pins who have been so good for them last year.
What an answer for Texas with their backs against the wall. And finally, Tyler picks up a point for Marquette.
If Marquette is going to come back in this and maybe even win it, they have to get a lot of production from Carson Tyler. She was their big transfer coming in. She was MAC Player of the Year last season, leading this team right now with 18 kills. She's going to be a really big piece of this.
Freshman Urich has an ace. Marquette has answered every time Texas has made a run.
And they've had a lot of success with Emmy Urich on the back line. A player who had never really served until she came to this Marquette team.
A little bit different internationally. Spears block this time. We'll bump it up to Stafford. With a touch, point Texas.
This is what we expected from Texas right out of the gates. A lot of production from the right side from Spears and the left side from Tori Stafford. She's a 3-time All-American. You expect her to turn it on when the lights are the brightest and the pressure's on.
Because of what happened Saturday, the urgency that Texas has shown, the fight, it feels like a postseason match. And it's match number 2. Anya Kuyunjic into serve. Barely seen her this weekend. The tip, Tyler, no, point Texas, out.
Tyler hasn't made too many errors tonight, and the ones that we have seen have more so been because she's been blocked. We will see a challenge on it from Marquette, looking if it did touch the block, going out of bounds.
Have to at this point.
Yeah, can't take it with you. She switches it up, goes lefty on it. Yeah, there's no touch on that.
Should be quick. Should stay 8-2 Texas. All right, Texas has improved tonight. What else needs to improve for them to take down higher-ranked teams like TCU and Nebraska next weekend?
Yeah, I think they got to get their offense in order. We've seen at times it look really good, but the consistency just hasn't been there. If they can really shore up some of those setter-hitter connections and those attackers stay in attack mode, it's a different story.
We've seen it in spurts tonight. Spears the latest in the 5th. Block. Just scrambling. Point Marquette off Anderson.
Marquette slowly trying to chip away at this lead. It's so important right now to not focus on the scoreboard and what's already happened. Just focus on the next play in front of you.
Feels like if they can get the next couple points and cut it to 8-5. You'd like that spot considering Marquette was down 6-0 right away.
Bench getting a little too excited for Marquette. Got to reel it in.
They've been towing the line tonight. Back to Stafford. Tooling.
It's really been the Spears and Stafford show during set 5. Both pins have done a really nice job being available for their setters, continuing to take big swings.
Texas still in firm command. And it's 1st to 15 in set 5. Sends it just long. Service errors are something that could help Marquette climb back in. That's 23 on the night for Texas. Tyler letting it rip. Gary got there. Up top for Anderson, who's blocked.
Freshman middle blocker Molly Welge has been fantastic. She was huge at the end of set 4 with a few critical blocks and attacks, and here coming up big again in the 5th.
You look at her stat line, 3 kills, 4 blocks, but it feels way bigger than that. Marquette with another block. They are still in this.
Marquette is trying to take all the air out of the room for Texas. And that'll happen when you have back-to-back blocks and one of their best servers on the back line in Carson Tyler.
3-0 spurt. Stafford got the touch. 10-6.
Tori Stafford has put her game into a new gear during this 4th and 5th set. Her efficiency wasn't very good up until that point, but she has absolutely turned it on when it mattered most for the Longhorns.
More like the Tori Stafford of the last 3 years. Serving. Back. Another great dig. Dolan blocked.
The pins for Texas just coming up clutch here in the 5th set. This time, freshman opposite Henley Anderson gets a big stuff.
Just her second of the match. Stafford leading the way with 19 kills. A service error sent it to a 5th when it looked like Texas might extend it, win in the 4th. Another one there, 11-7. Little out of position, back to Vanderwall. Back set, Anderson bringing the hammer.
Tori Stafford looked like she got punched on a celebration.
Something's not right there.
Looked like what it was. Here you've got Anderson taking a big swing. Yeah, Stafford gets punched by her setter coming through.
My gosh.
I'd take her out right now. Come on.
And Schmidt hits it off the block.
Marquette's done a nice job of siding out when they can. They just need one little run right now to feel like they're back in this.
Down 4. Texas 3 points away from their first win of the year. Rays off the tape. Spears going way up high.
Spears already 3 kills in this set, had just checked back into the match in the front court. This is a great rotation right now that Texas has. What a play on this, just so athletic, reaching for that ball and finding a way to get a kill.
Using every inch of 6'3". Vanderwall has match point for Texas for the first time this year. Point Texas, that'll do it. The Longhorns answer with a major gut check in 5 sets against Marquette. First win of the year to the Longhorns.
Texas didn't start off the weekend how they had hoped, and even this match how they would hope, but they found a way to hit that next gear and look like the physical, aggressive Texas team that this program is known for.
Wow, what a performance from Marquette.
Yeah.
What a debut for Tom Mendoza's team that has 8 freshmen, over half the roster, and they went toe-to-toe with the #2 team in the country.
Yeah, just a massive bright spot. I mean, the way that Marquette fought and played, I thought their defense was fantastic. They pushed Texas offensively, and man, Carson Tyler, she's a name that people need to remember on the outside.
Going to be a star in the Big East. Marquette's going to continue to be a problem in the Big East. Victory photo #1 for Texas this year. And the second ever meeting with Marquette. Boy, did they need that going into next weekend.